Well, good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing out there? I figured I'd show. This might be one of the last from the early 90s from Florida from my stepfather in Daytona. An air inflator. It's actually made in... Look! Where's that? Only Chinese takeout foods made in America for the past 20 years. And the Republicans and Democrats both passed NAFTA to include Communist China back in '96. Newt Gingrich said we had to do it. So, Rush Limbaugh never said one word in all them years on the air about China. Trump, even though I didn't like Trump, when he started saying China, we got to stop it, that's when I changed my mind. Otherwise, I didn't like the guy years ago. He's the only guy so far. Well, they had that one guy, Herman Cain, the black guy that was trying to run, remember? A few years ago for president? And he started yelling about China. He's the one who owns Young Brands. And they found him with some sex scandals. As usual, they ruined the guy to shut him up. Anyway, enough of all that. Anyway, here's the aardvark. I just got it started. And put air in the tires, got the battery in it. It's a Vermeer. What the heck is this thing? I forgot already. It's a Vermeer 450A? I forget. It's got a 2-cylinder air-cooled Deutz German diesel. Backhoe attachment that works good. Everything works. You're running this thing with no carbide. So I gotta find it very expensive, the rock cutting teeth. So I might weld my own on and just make... I don't really do much of that. On occasion I might do it. So I might weld my own teeth. And use hard face welding rod from the bulldozers and make my own. That sprocket's kind of tired down there. Still good, but it's I might weld that a little bit. We'll get new ones. The only thing wrong with it is the forward reverse. Down in there's a sprocket way down to the right. Somebody changed one. With the one drive pinion, the teeth are gone. It barely moves, it skips, so I got to get that out. So I think I'm going to take this plate here. I got to take all this off. And there it is right here. See? So somebody was basically gave up on the machine. I traded an old junky rollback tow truck I had for it. Oh, it's a 430A. So, you know, the rollback truck ran good. It was a F450 diesel, like it's the IDI one. It wasn't the Power Stroke. It was okay. It was a good truck. It's probably worth, I don't know. It depends on where you go. I could have went to New York and sold it a lot more. I could have got like $5 grand for it in New York. But down here, with these mountains, they want turbo diesel, big power here. You can't run them old tow trucks around here because it's just too hilly, and they would never be able to tow cars around here too well. In the city, it's all short trip in New Jersey, Newark, and anyway, enough of that. This machine here has a 6-way. That's kind of why I wanted it. That blade tilts side to side, and vertically, and up and down. It goes 6 different ways like a bulldozer, which is rare. As you can see, it has a tilt cylinder. So you could angle this blade to do driveways and culverts, which around here is a big problem. You know, you could grade like a dozer. So, not heavy stuff, but light gravel. So I might even put extensions on this, wings on this blade. The backhoe's okay. It's not that worn. It doesn't leak. No cracks. And the motor runs like the German, I don't know if you guys know. Let's start it. You're going to like this. It sounds like a cuckoo clock from Germany. Well, my grandfather's German, so. The Deutz is 2-cylinder air-cooled motors. Never start in cold weather, ask anybody, but they run all day on no fuel, and they're pretty good. So let's hook up the battery, and I'll let you hear the cuckoo clock engine. Which they vibrate like crazy. It's kind of funny, but I kind of like the sound. It's kind of like an old-fashioned John Deere 2-cylinder. Ready? Make sure it's in neutral. It'll go right through the building. That would not be good. I tap the key just to make sure. Listen to that thing. Idles down to like 200 RPM. You got to make sure you clean the cooling fins like a lawnmower engine. They get full of dirt around the cooling fins and overheat. So you got to take every year the shrouds off. How do you like that? Look at that. these guys are funny. Look at that. Anyway, I figured I'd show you this aardvark running, and I'll give you some progress on it. I'm still waiting for the Gravely parts to come. I'm waiting for 2 little washers for the Gravely. Walk behind, and I got a bunch of stuff with them big logs there. I got a big saw. I want to make planks or lumber out of these. We're going to maybe fool with that. We'll see. But we got a lot of lumber in North Carolina now. My brother bought a lot of acreage over by Asheville, and